What we have is a double-hung window. This is a Craftline double-hung window where the shoe, one of these little pieces, has broken off out of the outside track for the upper window. Finding that is the easiest thing to do is actually to go ahead and buy a whole new balance. Now we picked up this balance and there's little measurements that are on the side of this. It says a 20, which tells it's about a 20 inch. I think a look up in here. Here's your inner window. This is the down window. That one seems to be working. The inner windows seem to work more than the outer windows because the weather, the rain and everything gets to the outer windows. There's a little spacer that's there. Something to notice here too, which I've forgotten a couple times, right down in here, is this is one of the shoes that's actually working. What happens is that when we push the window down, there's a couple blades in here that actually lock into the vinyl and it will stay in place, and that's when we pop up the windows and these little shoes will stay there, and when I come back that's what I'm going to do, is place the window back over those shoes. So anyways, what I've already done is we've gone up to a place in Berea where we were able to pick up some of these balances, and it comes with the shoes already in them. And if you've never seen the inside, it's really kind of neat because it's spring loaded, and then there's some string down in here. It's like a nylon string that attaches to the shoe, and there's actually a lot of tension here. You can see I'm trying to pull that apart right there, and then it springs back into place. Well, this is what I'm going to do, is I'm going to take out the whole balance that's up in here and replace it with this one. To do that, one of the things I need to do is to get this, I don't know if it's called a sash or whatever it's called. You have to talk to some pro for that. I got to get this thing off. And with these Craftline windows, there's actually two clips that are holding this thing in. I can pull it away from the wall here. There's a clip back in here. There's also a clip down here at the bottom. Now, when I went in and talked to this gentleman who sold me the balances, he said, you know what we do is we end up just taking a putty knife, and we'll get a putty knife right here, and we'll just try to take that whole metal clip off, and I'll show it to you when I'm done, because if we just pry it right off, we can pop a nail in there afterwards and put it back up. And what we want to try to do is prevent ourselves from breaking this vinyl here, because if we break this, then it's going to be a little bit more expensive for a replacement. So I'm going to go grab a putty knife and see if I can take this apart. Once again, I'm going to just try to work my way up there. And right off the bat, I don't know if you can see the clip here. Let me get my flashlight going here. You can see that the clip is right there. So I can actually see, I don't know if you can or not, but there's actually a staple in there that's already starting to pull away. So I'm going to try to get my screwdriver right behind that. It helps if you have someone who can hold a light for you. And then just sort of pry that away. And it's still coming. What's that? Okay, and there we go. I've got the top one out. So now all I need to do is get that bottom one, and that just pulls away. I don't know if you can see. Let's come on up here and you can show a close-up of it. So you can see that the clip is right down here. One of the staples is out, the other one's still in, so I need to separate that. And here's the other clip up here at the top, which is the same situation. Now, I don't know if you can see. You want to hold the flashlight too? Is there enough light there? I mean, actually, all you really need to do, if you could get it into it, is sort of pry this upper lip away. And if you could pry that upper lip away, then the clip will actually pop right out of there, just like that. And I don't know if you can get a close-up, if you're seeing a close-up, and I'm going to do that on both sides. Of course, I'm going to end up having some staples. I'm in my stocking feet, so I'm going to have to be careful here. So I'm just going to pry that away a little bit. And there it is, there's the clip. That's what the clip has looked like, and you can see it's all bent up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my needle nose pliers, and I'm just going to bend it back into shape.
Yeah.
Okay. What I'm going to do is I've already started to try to bend that back into shape, just a little bit to straighten it up and straighten up these edges here, so when I put them back on, you know, they should be like at a 90-degree angle. And that's straightened up quite a bit, if you can see that. And I'm going to grab the other one now, and I'm going to dislodge this other one here and try to do the same thing. You can see these are rusted. I could probably go buy another clip, except I live in a different town, and to get up to Berea right now takes me about 45 minutes. There's a place in Akron also, if you live in the area, Modern Sash, which is on Route 8, and they'll order these pieces for you. In fact, this Western window, they'll ship it to you if it's something you need. This company, Craftline, I believe is out of business now. And there's the other piece, and you can see that this is misshapen, so I'm just going to take pliers and just try to straighten that up a little bit. It's really a pretty flexible metal, and just try to get that at somewhere close to a 90, because we're going to pop that back on. And that's pretty straight, and that looks pretty good right now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I've gotten a couple nails. I don't know if you can see them. They're really small nails. They're more like staples. That's what was in there before. If you want to try to staple it in, you can staple it in. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take these clips, place them back where they were, and just stick a nail in there and try to pound it in a little bit, and then I'm just going to bend it up so that it'll stay in place. I'll grab another nail, and I even got some bent nails. I hope they hold into place there while I do the hammering. And once again, I got it too close, so I'm just going to take my pliers and bend it up a little bit. And then I can come over and just pound that up against the wall. That puts that clip in pretty firm. Next time you have to take it off, it'll be the same thing, but since these are very thin and bendable nails that I put in there, I think they should be pretty easy to pull out without breaking the vinyl. And of course, if you do break this vinyl, this piece in here, you can get that replaced too. Okay, I don't know if you can see. If you can see here, we've got both clips in. I just have the nails bent up so that the clip is in fairly firm, and we have both of those clips in. So the next thing I need to do is I need to take this guide or whatever they call it, and I've got to replace the piece that's broken. This one's still